Hey guys, it's yours truly, Musicalus here.
Hey, subscribers, we did that here.
Sorry this time. Sorry this thing is a little weird today. Unfortunately, me and Ethan had issues with Zoom, so we're doing it over Zoom and FaceTime a little bit today. It's gonna be a little weird today.
Yep.
Apologies about that, but yeah. Okay, one second, guys. I see that you can't see me, so let me just turn on the light here. And it says uh, there we go. Okay, that is better. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So today we have a pretty uh big update to talk about. We have some things to talk about real quick. Before we get into the main update, me and Ethan just recently saw the Pokemon Presents. So we will talk briefly about that. We will also talk about the Dice Awards briefly, and Ethan and I will discuss all three award shows and what we thought that all three were in terms of the majors. So that would be the Golden Joysticks, the Game Awards, and the Dice Awards recently. And then last but certainly not least, we will talk about this month's updates and stuff, as well as some big news involving Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. Without further ado, oh, and we will also briefly talk about the Nintendo Direct as well. So, yeah, there's some small things that we can talk about as well. But outside of that, yeah. Okay, so first of all, let's get started. So, as of this recording, it is February 27th, which is Pokemon Day. And Nintendo just recently dropped a Pokemon Presents to talk about the upcoming stuff for the games. And well, I got a bit of bad news for a long-time Pokemon fan subscribers here on the channel.
Yeah.
So at the end of the Pokemon Presents, you probably saw that the announcement of Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet were both announced. Me and Ethan have both decided, out of convenience and just because we feel like it's a little too fast for both of us, that we will not be buying either game at launch. Now Game Freak does have plenty of time to change our minds between here and then, but me and Ethan have just decided that for our sake, since we just recently bought two Pokemon games, that it just feels too fast for us.
Yeah, plus, I might not just pre-order GameStop this time around because, well, let's be honest. Usually I do get pre-order bonuses at the GameStop, but this time around, I might not. And I'm not as hyped as I used to.
Exactly. So there is that main reason why me and Ethan will probably not be buying this one at launch. Sorry for those who look forward to all the new Pokemon stuff. And me and Ethan have just decided to not buy it.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I bet a lot of fans are happy about it more than you and me, pretty much.
Or maybe debating about it. We'll see. Me and Ethan have not looked at Twitter as of this video's recording, mainly because there were a lot of people who didn't want to announce it.
Yeah, for me though, I don't know. I feel like the Pokemon days are not living up to its hype as they used to. I hate to be honest with you.
That's valid. This is why me and Ethan will be skipping these new titles for the time being. Now, like I said, Game Freak has plenty of time to change my and Ethan's opinion till then, but we will not be pre-ordering these day one just for the sake of not wanting to get burnt out.
Yup. I pretty much want to get it burned out myself. I hate to be honest. But, like, it's okay. There's another thing I'm going to have to tell you straight up, well, you could say that this game and the ninth gen might might change my fate to see if I'll try more gens later. Let's put it as.
Yes. So yeah, we'll discuss this in a different video later on. But but Ethan has been on a, as you guys probably, for those who are new, who are just joining, Ethan's been on a bit of a burnout lately with the Pokemon franchise. So that's why you haven't seen him talk about it on Twitter as much or chat about it. He's just not as hyped as he used to be. So, but we'll go into discussion about that at a later video. Yeah, so the Pokemon Presents was like okay, I guess. It was some pretty cool updates for the mobile games, and we got two new things. So we got the new Shaman event that's happening today for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And then we also have the Daybreak update for Legends Arceus.
Yep.
So I am very excited for those two. But yeah, that is pretty much it for hype from both me and Ethan. So this is definitely one of our opinion, one of the worst.
Yep. I'll be honest. Well, my opinion, obviously, I think it's almost the worst ball I ever seen. All I call it the Pokemon update, not Pokemon Presents.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that is our opinion of Pokemon Presents. Aside to all those fans, I know like a lot of you were looking forward to this game being covered on the Media Maniacs Day 1, but me and Ethan are just super burned out.
Yeah, not being honest, this is likely where I was with Dragon Ball, unfortunately.
Yeah, so apologies to that, but that doesn't mean me and Ethan will not at least give this game a chance. We still do plan to buy it. It just won't be at launch.
Yeah, I'll just probably won't get the pre-order bonus over at one place. Because no offense, but to me, Pokemon just doesn't seem to live up this hype as it used to be.
Exactly. But anyways, enough of that. So continuing on, our next thing we wanted to talk about real quickly is the Nintendo Direct, which honestly, compared to this one, went 10 times better.
Well, right.
So you already know my feelings if you haven't already seen the reaction video. So click above Ethan if you want to see my reaction to that. But Ethan, what are your thoughts, real quick?
It's gotta be the best one I ever seen in history. That's all I can say.
Dang, in history. Ethan doesn't say that about every Nintendo Direct, guys. That's a compliment.
Oh, it even has a Bob game, but actually, it's a Warriors game. This one, that at least I more than be honest, like way more than Pokemon Presents.
Fair enough, but yeah, me and Ethan are very excited for those. And in terms of the Nintendo Direct announcements, we will be talking about what we're going to be coming in over the next couple months regarding some of those Nintendo Direct games for March, April, and May. So yeah, but Ethan is very excited for some of these titles. And yes, before you ask, yes, Ethan will be playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 later on this year, as you guys probably predicted.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this one is gonna be the new installment for the Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, finally, it has a trilogy.
Agreed. But will the sequel be any good? For the record, in case you don't know what Ethan's current stance is on the Exo series, Ethan loves Exo Saga, which he just recently played about 2 years ago, if I'm correct.
Or maybe like a year ago, I forget.
So yeah, there's that. And then we also have Pokemon Legend. Then we also have Exo Blade, which Ethan is a huge fan of, as you guys know.
Yup, I like the first game, and then I played the Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, and it was the weakest of all, in my opinion, with terms of story. But the gameplay wise, yeah, maybe nice. But
yeah,
I hate to be the bitter about it, but to those of you who come and debate me and say, hey, it's better, well, my opinion, it's not the best. I'm sorry. And who played all these games.
asking for a fight, buddy.
Yeah, but like they're asking for it. But anyway, outside of that, next one, Zoomy Chronicles 2. I have mixed thoughts about it. It was good for the most of it, for story wise, but there's some mechanic that just made me go, I'm not gonna replay the game again.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, unfortunately. If it wasn't for that one mechanic as well, Ethan would have had no problem with the game. Absolutely none.
Yep.
If this game ever gets played down the road, Microsoft, I beg, please remove it. Please.
Oh, I hope so. I hate to be honest.
But yeah. And now Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out later this year, so there's that as well. So yeah, but of course that's way down the road. So we're only going to be talking about March, April, and May in this update. But yeah, there's that as well. Okay, and the last thing before we get into this month's update that we want to talk about is, well, the Dice Awards. So, buddy, why don't you tell them how the Dice Awards went?
I'm gonna be honest. It went fantastic. I never thought that it actually was like the best one that actually really cares about the PlayStation's legacy.
Even
Man, I'm hoping that there was one of them that actually cared. But this time around, I'll officially say they actually do care about the PlayStation's legacy. Thank the Lord.
Ethan is referring to Ratchet and Clank, in case you guys couldn't take a hint. But yes, so Ratchet and Clank won 4 awards, including Best Family Game. Yes, you heard me. It outbeat Nintendo. Nintendo.
That's the best team I've ever had in history.
That's not easy to do. Outbeating Nintendo is not easy to do, especially since Nintendo had a pretty strong software slate last year. So that should tell you something. They even won over Mario Party Superstars, which in my Ethan's opinion was one of the best games last year. That needs more content.
Right.
But yeah, so Ratchet and Clank did pretty well at that game award. So it won 4 awards, including Best Family Game. So real quick, all 3 of our awards show verdicts. Golden joysticks.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, it was a little bit more biased at this point.
I hate to say this, but I'm already expecting God of War and Horizon to pretty much confirm that I'm not going to be watching Golden Joysticks live this year.
Yeah, for me though, Golden Joysticks, it has disappointed me too.
Agreed. The actual Game Awards.
It's another Southern face for me.
Agreed. But it isn't as bad as 2020, that's for sure.
But I still have to consider that it's one of the worst in NFL.
Yes, I will still.
Okay, you know I gotta. This is like 2 years in a row. The bad Game Awards I ever saw in history.
And that's coming from both of us, by the way.
Even though I'm just bitter about what happened. But yeah, it's more fair. Yes, but I just have to disagree with some winners, like that Game of the Year, for example.
That's not hate towards It Takes Two. We're just very, very confused.
I'm just disagreeing, unfortunately.
Yes, same here. Yeah, but that's not to say we hate the game, of course. But yeah. So there is that briefly. Yeah. Okay. And the truly last thing before we get started on the update is, well, why don't you tell them the news, buddy? I predicted this. I predicted that this was the year that this was gonna happen, and I was right.
Right?
No, about a certain Eshop closing.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so let's say that he was predicting that eventually the eShop or 3DS NVU is about to close down soon. And look what happened. He's got it.
Yep. So if you guys haven't bought any of those 3DS and Wii U games right now, Well, what are you sitting around here for? You don't have much time, man. Man, you have until at least August at the latest to get any credit that you want onto Nintendo eShop and buy all the games. Because the Eshop will be closing by February of next year.
Yep.
So yeah. But before we get into the update real quick, me and Ethan actually got some Nintendo 3DS, and we used stats to show you. I managed to actually grab them, so I'm gonna share screen with Ethan here so he can see as well.
Yep. Jeez, I'm telling you, man.
So yeah, our reaction to Nintendo shutting down the eShop. No surprise. We had both had a feeling it was just a matter of when.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share screen over here with this, and then I'm gonna share screen with Ethan.
Yep.
All right, so these are my 3DS stats. We're not gonna go over everything here. I'm just gonna go over real briefly what some of these what my stats look like. So this is what my stats look like.
Yep.
Now we will go over Ethan's stats real quick. It's and his stats should not surprise a good chunk of you because, well, like I said, he's the resident RPGist of the two of us, so this one should be no surprise to a lot of you. Let me see. Okay, now just switch screens for Ethan as well. On here. Okay, so these are Ethan's stats. This should not surprise a good chunk of you, considering how long Ethan's been a RPGist fan.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's that. And then I will share a link to our Wii U stats below because I did see Ethan post his and I did post mine. So we will link those in the description below. But those are our 3DS stats. I figured I showed the most important ones. So what do you guys think? Is surprised, shocked, amazed, disappointed? Maybe that me and Ethan played a little bit too much Pokemon. We were still in high school. But yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna reshare screen with you guys so you can see Ethan again. All right. So yeah. Okay. So now that is done and over with, we have some other stuff to talk about in terms of video. So let's get started with video coverage. So for Naruto and Uncharted, I have 3 days. I have 3 days off. Starting tomorrow. So I will be uploading all those. I will be working on all those videos for the next 3 days. That way, you guys have something to look forward to. So sorry for the delay, but those are coming this month. So look forward to that as well. And then Ethan, is there any other projects that you have to announce outside of those two?
Boy, no, not by this point. The only game that I think I would like to see next, well, likely I'm not sure, once there or something, would be Grand Theft Auto 7.
Yes, Grand Theft Auto 7. We will be talking about the games briefly, but yeah, that is the only other thing that Ethan has planned. Outside of that, you guys already know the plans for the movies and the anime for the next couple of months. So I don't need to go over those, but game wise, we do need to go over those real quick, so you guys know what to expect for the next couple months. So for the and we do have to go over the Jintu Kenshin movie because I do have a small update on that. So for March we have 3 games. Grand Theft Auto 7, which Ethan is planning to buy and live stream for you guys. So there's that. We also have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has announced that they're going to be doing DLC. Yes. 5 years into the Switch's lifetime, and they finally announced DLC for crying out loud. Nintendo.
Yep, we're not going to get the new Summer anytime soon.
Nintendo, seriously, it took you 5 years. 5 years. Seriously. But anyways, not that I'm complaining. Yep. Not that I'm complaining, but you can expect day one coverage from yours truly about that newest installment for Mario Kart coming soon. I mean, that new DLC for Mario Kart. And then, of course, we have Kirby coming up in March. So March is going to be a pretty busy month for us. Now, about the Jintu Kenshin movie. Me and Ethan are going to wait, and I have to talk to Ethan about this actually after spring break, after I get off of this recording with him. But he and I have decided to both go see the Jintu Kenshin movie, and we will be doing it together. So there will be a together recording in terms of the review, discussion for the Jintu Kenshin movie, just so you guys know.
Right.
So yeah, there's that. Now April is actually announced launch of 2 games. Advanced Wars.
Yep.
And Kirby. No, Advanced Wars and Nintendo Switch Sports. Low. Which is coming out in April as well.
Oh yeah.
Now, I can't tell you any details because unfortunately Nintendo says we're not allowed to discuss it, but I can tell you that we did play the online playtest, and all I'm going to say is I am looking forward to playing this game so much. Huh? What'd you say, bud?
Oh yeah, sure. That's what I'll say.
Okay, so yeah, there's all that's coming. What?
That's all I said. I should say.
Okay. And then yeah, so April we have Advanced Wars and Nintendo Switch Sports. That is pretty much it. So there are those 2. And then May is pretty much a blank slate at the moment. There's nothing really big or major announced in May. So yeah, there's that as well. So me and Ethan don't really have any big plans for May at the moment, unless there's something that I'm missing, bud.
Not what I think of.
I thought so. Now, of course, summer is coming up after May, so we would be talking about that closer in next month's update, what we're planning to do for June, because there is Ethan going back down to New Jersey, so we don't know exactly what Ethan is planning to do for that trip just yet, so I will keep you guys updated. But Ethan is going to be going to New Jersey once again, so I will let you guys know what's going to be happening gameplay wise come June and July.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah. Of course, like I said, we are still working on other projects such as the story of Maniaics. We're still working on that and stuff. And at a small projects as well. But these next 3 days, I should be able to get some more more videos out. I apologize for the delay on most of them. It's just that work has really been keeping me busy. I haven't even been able to hang out with Ethan all that much because of my new job. So I apologize for the delay on several videos. It's just this job is really busy, keeping me on my feet, guys.
Right.
So yeah. Do you have anything else to add to the update, bud?
Well, let's see. Of course, what I was gonna say. One more thing, of course, about that Batman movie. Eventually, you're gonna probably hear me out of the movie when I do come and see it. Maybe more likely next week.
I see. Is the movie coming out next week?
Yes,
Okay, so expect
it's
Ethan's.
March 4th.
Okay, in that case, expect Ethan's discussion about the Batman movie to come out on March 4th. So, and there is one edit announcement I want to talk about, but I will save that for later. Because I don't want to discuss it right now. But yeah, there is one other thing I want to talk about as well. So yeah, I am very, 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 very excited. Also, in case you guys didn't know, yes, I do have something planned. These next in about 3 days, it is the Nintendo Switch's 5-year anniversary. So yes, I do have something planned for Wednesday. Wednesday Wednesday when the anniversary happens, but I can't discuss about that just yet. Yeah, but you guys probably already know what it possibly is. I am super excited. Excited. I cannot believe it is 5 years since the Switch launched. Can you, bud? 5 years.
Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, actually, there's a little surprise for you, people. Let's just say that eventually there might be a new surprise coming right ahead of you. Let's say it's a possible chance that I might be saying goodbye to Lunch Switch. And a good way, though.
Yep. There, yes, you heard Ethan correctly. There is Ethan won't be keeping this launch Switch for too longer. For those who don't know, my Joy Cons have been not working, so I'm buying Ethan's other Joy Cons, but he's gonna need these back to trade in his old Switch. And no, that doesn't mean he's quitting Nintendo. In case you guys were thinking, no, Ethan's not that. Ethan wouldn't do that. That he's way too high for other games to quit Nintendo.
Actually, you guys forget the keyword in a good way. You guys keep forgetting about what the phrase I said.
Exactly. Is in a good way. So look forward to seeing what Ethan is referring to later on in the month. It won't be on launch day, March 3rd, because unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna get here that soon. But yeah, we are looking for. I am looking forward to seeing what Ethan's big surprise is. But I also have a big surprise for but both of us will be doing on March 3rd, which is the Switch is launch date, and we will be celebrating the Nintendo Switch its 5-year anniversary in style. So I hope you guys are ready for this, because this one's going to be probably one of my favorite projects that we have done so far.
I'll be honest, looking back at one of the videos I did the unboxing for the Lunch Switch, boy, do I look at you back then.
Right? Right? Of course, we don't talk about the Nintendo Switch event because Ethan's still very bitter about it.
Well, I'm just saying that I look at it back then. It feels like I was young. I was so young back then. I was so hyped for that little console, and for some reason, it looked really nice. I even saw the Switch, the Switch travel bag with me still. I still have it up to today.
Of course. I don't have my old Zelda case, but I did get a new Nintendo Switch case that has a detachable carry-on case. So there is that. But yeah, can you believe it, guys? 5 years of the Nintendo Switch is approaching soon. And me and Ethan have a special way that we'll be celebrating it. I will talk about that in a separate video coming out tomorrow, since this update is probably coming out the day of. But yeah. All right, guys. That is all for this month's monthly update. So thank you so much for discussing with us. I am so happy that we were able to get this out for you, and we've been able to keep up these monthly updates. So April, we will be doing a month update like we always do. But I think that one's gonna be a pretty quiet month for me and Ethan, because we really don't have any other announcements at the moment. So just really expect the 2 Nintendo games to come out that month, and March will pretty much be the last super busy month until the summer hits. Because summer is definitely when things get real busy for both of us.
Of course.
All right, buddy. Anything else to add before we log out?
Well, there is one more thing I should mention. I have been watching like other animes just recently, like finishing up Demon Slayer second season, and then I also caught up with Attack on Titan Part 2, final season Part 2, I could say. And other than that, well, for certain projects for it, it's not ready yet. That's all I'm saying. Not ready yet.
Yeah, it's not ready yet. Ethan's gonna need a little bit more time for both of those, because Ethan's gonna have to watch the other season Attack on Titan before Ethan can do a series review on that one. But I have the 2 that are probably gonna be coming out first. Demon Slayer, because it's a lot shorter.
And not just that, Demon Slayer, well, let's just say it didn't have much season yet, so I cannot really say I'll just do a review on it just yet. But Attack on Titan, maybe possibility, because it's just about that.
Yep. So we will see what happens to that, but I am super duper excited to see what Ethan's thoughts are on these, because I've heard pretty good things about this. I haven't watched Demon Slayer yet, and I still haven't watched the rest of Attack on Titan, so I have to get around to those. But I am super excited for those.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all for now. Thank you guys for tuning in for this monthly update. I will have this out on March 1st, the first day of March, so you guys can look forward to it. And then the following day, I should have an announcement about Celebration for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. And this is yours truly, Music Clues.
Ethan, signing out.
And y'all have a nice.
Hope you all have a nice streaming day.
Oh, and for those who are watching, this, happy belated Pokemon Day! Congratulations, Pokemon! 26 years. Here's hoping that your next gen does better than the last. For our sake. You got one last chance, Pokemon 10 plus. Plus Ethan. All right. See you guys.